Doo-doo-doo. What's up, Adam? How are you? How are things? Good to see you. Hope is all is well with you. How are the sales going? What's up, Tiffany? What's happening? Well, I'm glad you're doing well at the sales. Congrats, Tiffany, on the 1K. It's great. You did it in a good amount of time, really. I think you did it in a short time. It's good. Sure. That's quite a milestone. I mean, when I made it, I was like incredible that I made that 1K. But it's great. Forgot how long it took me. It took me 9 months, maybe. Yeah, I know the feeling. I was the same way when I hit the 1K. I was like, is this really 1K? What's up, Gene? Gene's in the house. What's up? How are things going, Gene? What's up? What's up? You'll be hitting the 1K pretty much soon, too. You've grown quick. That's great. 6 months, 1K in 6 months. That's great. I mean, I think I did 9, and I thought that was like wow. Less than a year, I did a K. So that's even more so impressive. 6 months. Yeah, believe me, you'll be there before you know it, Gene. I mean, your growth rate on your connections has been pretty strong. So I pretty much predict pretty soon you'll be having that. Yeah, it can be a lot of hard work. It can be, you know, if you're reaching for that goal and you just, you have to. You can't just like go on YouTube once in a while and expect to grow. You have to keep it consistent at least. I mean, so when are you going to have your StreamYard, Gene? Miss Hart Gasper's in the house. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Let's get some great people here so far. Feel free to check each other. I know Gene and Tiffany know each other, so. But Miss Hart Gasper, I don't know if you know Miss Hart Gasper. I'm doing fine. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's easy, Gene. It's believe me, it's sign up, download, boom, it's there. You can use it right away. Yeah. I'm 50-50 about getting the paid version. If I can get the $10 version, I'd definitely probably get it. Yeah. It's I mean, I've had pretty good luck with the StreamYard anyway, so I can't really complain. The only thing I would say is if they gave more free hours than the 20. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Bud Files? How are ya? Welcome in. Everybody's having a good evening. Nicole's here. She's back. I wonder if the Astros are playing tonight. I'm sure they are. You're at Seattle. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while, Kyle. Cinco de Mayo is right. I forgot to put that on the title. Yes, it is. That's right, Nicole. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Everybody goes to James's at one point or another, you know? Yes, baseball. Houston is playing Seattle, right? Yeah, he didn't get to 50. He was at 58. Yeah, he was nothing, right? Going close to 60 for him. Oh, they're playing at 9. Okay. Yeah, they're in Seattle, so later. Yankees. Yeah, Nicole's an Astros person. So she's a big Houston Astros. Well, thanks for visiting, Nicole. Yeah, that's understandable since they don't really have any teams up there. That's understandable. Miss Hart Gasper, I have type Cobalt in the chat. Have your link dropped by Nightbot. These fine folks can check your channel out. I mean, I'll follow baseball from time to time, but what's going on, Skipper?
Hello there, young fella. You look kind of lonely up there. Nobody coming up to visit?
It's the same old story here. It's okay, though.
I get the same thing on my channel. I'll get a lot in chat, and there'll be 1 or 2 people that'll come up on the actual live feed. So it's kind of nice to have the feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it up. I'll leave the link up there just in case anybody comes in. Sometimes, once in a while, people will come in, and great. But I just figured I'll just leave it anyway, just in case. You know.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
So how are you today?
I'm doing okay. Just not too bad. Cinco de Mayo, and just hanging out on a Friday evening. How about yourself?
Well, it's Red Friday for me. That's remembering everybody deployed. So
yeah, that's I got right on here. Yeah.
Good man. Good man. Yeah. That's it. Getting ready. I'm actually I'm only work, as you know. I don't work I'm retired. I don't work every day. But every once in a while, something will come up, and they'll go, "Hey, do you want to make some money?" And I'll like, "Really? Okay, I'll do something." So this time around, I had to do 7 hours of, actually 3.5 hours online, and another 3.5 in a class to be a returning officer for the Alberta election. So I'm going to put in a 13-hour day
Okay.
and work. I have no idea how much I'm making. I don't care. I just go because it's giving me something to do other than YouTubing and all the volunteer stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, back when years ago when I wasn't working, I was looking for work, couldn't find any at the time, and the election was coming up, so they were looking for people to work it. And you go to that one class, and they were paying like at the time. This is 2012, so it was like $10 an hour. And I worked for like 3 weeks during early voting and stuff, working
Yeah.
early voting. Yeah. So.
Well, at least it's something to do.
It was. I mean, I was glad I was getting money. So, I wasn't working before, and I was like, it was good. I was getting at least something.
Yeah. So and of course I won't go back to work in earnest until mid-November, and I've got 5 or 6 weeks there that I put in. Gets a bit expensive though, because you're looking at being a seasonal actor. You're dyeing your hair, you're making sure your beard's correct.
Right.
If you're using your own costume, you got to make sure it's either cleaned or repaired or replaced. Yeah. And those things aren't cheap. I mean, even a bad one's $400 or $500.
Sure. I mean, you want to look the part.
You don't want to look the
Definitely.
part.
You don't want to just throw anything on, right?
Yeah. They got a tailor down in Texas. Man, of course, the exchange rate being Canadian, you look at the exchange rate and you're like, oh gosh,
yeah, too much. Yeah.
$3,000, and it's the outfit I want. Well, do you know I'd have to work 10 years as Saint Nick to make up just for that. Like, wow. Yeah. But it's all right. So now that the strike goes over with the PSAC people in Canada here, I'm back doing my volunteer stuff with OSIS, which is the Operational Stress Injury Support Group.
Okay.
Veterans getting through PTSD and their OSIs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they actually come out with a directive to the volunteers going, you can't meet with anybody that needs help. What? Wait a minute, you're not paying me.
Right.
What do you mean can't meet anybody? No, you can't. But you can direct them to so-and-so in British Columbia, and they can help. I said, what? What? Okay, sorry, that's where I kind of draw the line, Yeah, volunteering is sometimes more complicated than I thought.
Unfortunately, yeah. You'd think it wouldn't be if you're volunteering.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing is, I get, and I'm sure you've heard this before. Yeah, he knows how to do that. Let's get him to do it. It's volunteer, of course. He knows how to build resumes or knows how to type and do all this admin stuff. We can use him as a secretary. Yeah, as long as it's free. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
I am retired.
Oh man.
I'm telling you. So yeah, that's my thing now. I'm just trying to keep my dog amused and thinking about doing my yard work. But out here, I don't know where you're located, but out here we've got a lot of fires, and we've had a big fire to the north of us, one to the south of us. The south actually took out some homes.
Oh wow!
It's just like the air quality has gone all to hell. So we're just waiting for some rain, and Alberta is just bone dry.
Jeez. Oh, I haven't heard. Usually you hear any kind of that news with forest fires or anything like that. You'd hear on news. I didn't hear anything like that.
We can't. They got that new emergency alert that comes on your phone.
Yep.
Scares the living daylight. That thing has been going off consistently out here. And they even Fort McMurray, which really got hit a few years back, has been on fire. So okay, so all I do is I keep calling up friends and neighbors and whatnot who live close to those areas to check to see I have a spare room. So look, if you need a place to stay, you got a place to stay here. But it's gotten crazy. Everybody's on edge, waiting to see whether we're going to get rain or we're going to be able to keep all this stuff under control. Oh, and
Yeah.
people driving down the highway. I'm watching them smoke and throw their cigarettes out the flipping
No
window.
way.
I'm like, are
Oh
you
my God.
guys stupid or what? Like, oh, I'm telling you. There. I've got it off. I hope I didn't trigger anybody. That felt good.
Yeah. Let it out. Let it out. You know.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. People just don't realize you just flick that cigarette out a window. You know, it's like,
Oh,
well,
at least when they used to build cars, we had ashtrays. They could keep it inside. Now they
right,
just
right.
throw it out,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Just flick it right out. Where it lands, it lands.
Yeah. Stupid.
Hello, LB. Welcome in. Welcome in, Toltoy. But yeah, that's. Well, hopefully, some rain is
I hope so too.
forecast somewhere. Believe me, last week we could have gave you some of the rain we had here. It was,
Yeah.
came down
Would
hard and
be nice.
heavy, and just flooding everywhere.
Oh, what else is new that's happened? Oh, I had to. They have an outfit that's actually part of the federal government. It's called a Last Post Fund. And it's an organization that helps veterans in their, after they pass away, if they can't afford to be buried or have a headstone, they will provide that for them,
Nice.
and which is a great thing. But I
Yes.
had to meet with a gentleman in charge here in Edmonton, and it's actually I can say his name. It's Hans Brink. He's the former commanding officer of the PPCLI, one of the Patricia regiments, and was a Calgary Highlander and a few other things. And so he says, "Yeah, I'm going to be setting up a display over at the River Creek Casino in the conference room. Come on over and meet me there," which is, by the way, 5 minutes away from my house, which is convenient as anything.
Nice.
So I slip over there, and of course, as I don't know if you know, but last year I went through multiple surgeries, and
Yes, I
I'm
remember. Yeah. Yep.
I'm getting to move around. I have to use a walker most of the time. So I get over there with my walker, and I walk into this room, and they've got all the display set up, and I look around. I'm going, "Oh my lord! It's every funeral home in the frickin' province have got a display up, and it's
Oh.
nothing but funeral directors and morticians. I can almost smell the embalming fluid when I walk in there.
Oh my God.
And here I am in my 70s with a walker, and I felt all these eyes on me. I felt like meat. It's the weirdest.
Oh
It's
man.
like, I don't like it in here, and no, I'm not ready yet.
Oh.
Gosh, that
Yeah,
was weird.
that is very awkward. Yes.
Yeah, it was. I lasted about 10 minutes, had a quick talk with him, and I got the heck out of there.
Yeah, I would too. I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, you can have that business, man. Whoa. No. Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
So how's the coins going? Have you?
Oh, I picked up 3 new coins. Some 2018s. It's a set that came out commemorating 3 different World War I aircraft. And the guy, normally these things are selling for about $75, $80 each. And I got a good deal on them. So I've added them to my World War I display.
Oh
And
yeah.
actually, when I did that, I realized, oh, maybe I should reorganize my displays. And suddenly I'm going, well, I've got nothing better to do. I think I'll fix up my displays. I freaking take a second. I'll show you real quick. Look at how
Sure.
it looks now. All right. Okay. Here's my World War
Mm,
II,
nice.
Afghanistan, Korea display, United Nations stuff. Like I got quite a bit in there. And then slip over here. And this is my World War I display. And these are the coins here that I just picked up. And got quite a few there.
Nice.
And of course, I had to reorganize this one. I don't have the light on yet. Here, I'll put the light on here. There we go. And that's my other display here. So
Wow. That's
yeah,
really nice.
yeah,
I like
it's a fun.
wow.
It's really a fun hobby. This is my man cave. Okay, you can see yourself there. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do displays up for everything. I even did a display up for my good friend Phil. Is my childhood friend. He joined the military as a police officer, and he died while I was in Cyprus. So I did a display up to commemorate.
Nice. Whoops. I think you got disconnected. Should be back soon. Thank you for coming in, Empress. How are you? Totoy still here?
Yeah, lost me for a second there.
Yeah, I figured there was some
that
connection.
was it's amazing how stubby fingers can knock things out of whack.
Ah,
Yeah, that was some 50 years ago he passed away.
wow, 50.
So what I'm going to do is I'm in touch with his daughter, who was she was just a newborn baby when he died, and she'll get the display up before I pop my clogs, and she can have her dad with her.
That's
So
nice. Yeah, that's
yeah,
mm.
so that's the sort of things I do. I mean, as a collector, no collector just collects one thing. I've discovered that. Like me, I collect challenge coins, mint numismatics, as well as old stuff, pins, baseball caps, books. I'm really big on rare books, especially military related books.
Yep.
Some of the books I've got are just I'll show you one here. It's hard to believe I even got this thing. Were you ever a scout?
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
you weren't a scout. You won't have the same feelings that I do then on this one, but I'll show it to you. Show you a couple of the ones that are unique. This was published in 1900. Baden-Powell, the hero of Mafeking. This was actually a book about him 7 years before he even started the Scout movement. And it's the real McCoy. It's the first edition. So it's kind of a cool thing to have. I look for little things like that.
Now, what do you do in terms of care for that book? I mean, how do you?
I don't handle it very much, and if I'm looking at actually reading it, I actually put on white gloves.
Okay.
The oil, you don't want the oils on this.
No, not at all. That's why I was asking, because something like that, you just the littlest thing you worry about, page tearing for some reason, just an accidental movement, you don't want to.
This book here is called A General Sketch of the European War, the Second Phase. This was published in 1916.
Wow.
So you realize the war went on to 1918.
Right.
So
yep.
it's got all the information about the war from 1914 to 1916. It's actually the first phase. This is the second phase. So, okay, I'm missing some of it. Why? Because I don't have the whole thing. I guess they did it in 3 or 4 phases. But I won't handle that too much. Okay, so those are the kind of books that I look for. Something that's extremely rare. I have an original Scouting for Boys, Rovering to Success. Again, because I'm an old scouter, I like to have that sort of thing around. Books like The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. Books on the Super Commandos, which was the Devil's Brigade or the Black Devils. I'm a keener on that one because many of the regiments I served with actually went to the Devil's Brigade and became part of the 1st Special Service Force in World War II, which is the grandfather of all the special forces in the U.S. and Canada. A lot of people don't know that. A combined unit of Canadians and Americans that went to Italy, and they're the most feared soldiers that were there. They had an 80% death rate.
Wow.
So you went in that unit, you're going to die. They did things that nobody else was willing to do, and they were good at it. And then in 40, let's see, that's 42, 44. I think it was 44 that they actually went in France. They disbanded the unit and sent all because they were short troops. And they sent the Canadians back with the Canadians, the Americans with the Americans, and they disbanded the unit.
Hey, the skipper, how you doing? I got to show you something.
Oh, you got one too. Awesome.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Excellent. Yeah.
When you said that, I had to come on up and show you, man. I mean, this book right here, my dad had, and he gave it to me. I tell you, it's right here. It's a good book. Oh, I can't. Oh, camera.
Quite the eye opener, isn't it?
Yeah, I can read,
yeah. Yeah.
How you doing?
I am doing just fine. We're just, discussing the fact that, as collectors, we tend to collect more than just one thing. My wife's always afraid of me collecting stuff. I've even gotten into the metal detecting and stuff too, which is really driving her nuts, but it gets me out of the house.
Oh yeah, well that's good. I mean, it's almost like geocaching and stuff like that, what I used to do, but yeah.
Geocaching's fun.
It is. Actually, it is. And I used to do that and then just fell by the wayside. And then when I got my phone and my kids got the phone, we do that. What is it? You're looking for stuff. I can't remember what it was. Some kind of game or something like that.
Oh yeah. I know that there was.
I'm having a brain fart. I can't.
There.
Yeah, I can't think of it, but it'll probably come to me when I get off the live stream.
So is there anything else that you collect as well?
I mean, I have some baseball cards and football cards I have locked up. Other than that, I have shark's teeth. I collect those. I've got a whole collection of them. And I usually collect, the worn glass that you see on like if you go down to the beach or something. Sea glass. Yeah, exactly. What? I collect that.
I used to collect that 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, neato.
And there's a big market for that. I mean, some people will pay some good money for that rare, like blue, and I think orange is the rarest. And people pay a lot for that. They actually have some shows that people go to for that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. I used to do it just to walk along the beach. Oh, let me pick up this one. Nothing. Just wasn't. It's like, oh, that's cute. That's like nice.
Yeah.
We don't have the beaches. I mean, we do have a lot of lakes, more lakes than Carter has Pills, but it's not the sandy beaches like we had down east.
Yeah. Hey, Skipper, where are you located? Where are you at?
I'm in central Alberta, in Edmonton.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm down here in Virginia.
Uh-huh. That's one of the areas my wife wants to go visit.
Yeah. Actually, I grew up in Virginia Beach, and we had a lot of people come down from Ontario and some other Canadian provinces, and they were all, I mean, you would see their license plate everywhere, especially in the summertime, and they would leave in the winter, or they would come down in the winter, vice versa. But you would see a lot of cars from there.
Oh, you had half of Canada down there during the winter.
It was. No kidding, it was.
That's like me going down when we every winter for the longest while I was heading down to Las Vegas. And the thing is, the funny part about this, and I have to laugh about it now, but my wife doesn't find it funny anymore. She doesn't have any citizenship. Oh, that's an interesting story. She has no citizenship because her parents weren't married. She was British parents. They weren't married. She was born in Holland, where you have to be born of Dutch parents or grandparents to be considered Dutch.
Oh, okay.
So she managed. Her father was they finally did get married, but they didn't get the paperwork straight when they moved to Canada. Both her parents passed away. And when she tried to get citizenship for Great Britain, they said, well, we need your parents' birth certificates, marriage certificates, and death certificates in order for you to apply for citizenship. But we couldn't figure out any of the dates or no one would cooperate. So I said, you realize, of course, you're a boat person. You have no country. Holland doesn't recognize you. Great Britain doesn't. Yeah. So I said, it's easier for you to become a Canadian. So she says, yeah, but I have to do a test on geography and history for Canada. She says, I'm not doing that until I turn 55. Why? Because then you don't have to write the test. What? What? Okay, so you're going to wait till you're 55 to get your citizenship. She turns 55. But in the meantime, I'm sitting around. I'm retired. I'm 12 years old. And retired. I'm not sitting around doing nothing. So I grabbed my son, who gratefully came with me, and we went multiple times down to Vegas. Had a great time. And here she is sitting here in 4 feet of snow in February, and I'm Skyping her, and there's palm trees, and I'm in shorts, and I should have felt guilty. But, well, you wanted to wait till you're 55, So this year she's finally going to get her citizenship, even though it's now 2 years late because of COVID. She couldn't do anything.
Right.
And and now she wants to go everywhere, but she doesn't want to go to Vegas. She wants to go to any place but Vegas. Wow. Okay, where do you want to go? Well, I was thinking maybe Phoenix, or maybe I'm not too keen. I might go to Florida, but then she says, no, I want to go to she wanted to go to Virginia, and she wanted to go to, hold it, I'll have it, because it came out off the movie White Christmas. Vermont. Oh, wow. She wants to go to Vermont.
Oh, I've been up in New Hampshire.
Vermont, yeah.
I said,
I can tell if she wants to go to Florida. I went to Miami, and that is just a traffic headache down there now. Yeah, I went there like 20 years ago, and it's fine. You can get around now. It's like it takes you 2-3 hours just to get around anywhere, and it's just not worth it to me. I mean, I've been to Clearwater, been to Tampa. They're fine, but Miami's. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, but you're going to be sitting in traffic. I mean, it's just crazy down there.
Oh, I got friends in Jacksonville. I'll go check them out.
Yeah, but Jacksonville's good.
Yeah, that's one place I'd go. And the other place I'd like to go, I would like to go to New Orleans.
Yeah,
check it out. As long as it's not underwater. I mean,
right.
Hey, well, you mentioned Arizona. My bucket list next year is going to be the Grand Canyon. I've never seen that, and I want to go to that.
If I can drop 80 pounds, I want to go on the balloon ride. I don't want the balloon to end up going down too fast. But yeah, I would like to take a balloon ride over the Grand Canyon. Of course, again, my wife is afraid of heights, so I'm going to have to do that alone. She can take. Yeah. But Phoenix, yeah, I'll do. I got family down in Phoenix. So those are the richer part of our family. They moved out.
Oh, really?
Big bucks.
Yeah.
Yes, a devil dog. Hold on. And apparently I have to go and see Devil Dog down in.
Where's he at?
Hold on, I'm trying to remember. It's
Houston area.
Dalton, Texas. I think he's in.
I mean, Galveston wouldn't be a bad place to go to. I've been to airports in Texas. Never just stayed overnight or anything.
I'm not really keen on airports. They're not exciting.
I will say the George Bush Airport, I don't know where it was, but that was a nice airport to stay. If you had to stay over for a little bit, they had a lot of shops, a lot of food places. Other than that, I've never been to a better airport than that one. But
Devil Dog, just correct me. It's not Dalton. It's Dayton, Texas.
Oh, okay.
What the heck? Anyway, Texas. It's Alberta's little brother. We can put 3 Texases in Alberta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's lots of stuff I want to do. I mean, I'm not ready to just curl up and die here. I want to get out and do some stuff, and not in Canada. I've seen enough of Canada. Okay.
I'm gonna go south of the border somewhere, at least south.
Well, they always say you can always get money back. You can't get time. So go ahead and spend that money. Go where you want to go. You can always make it up. You can't get the time back, and
Yeah, the last time I had a really good trip to the southern states was 1959.
Oh wow, dude, you got to get out, man.
Yeah. I was on the Rock Island Line Railroad, and it stalled in the middle of the desert with no air conditioning. I'll never forget it.
Hey, you know what I did with my recent trip, and I think Mark, I just went out there, got the flight tickets to Chicago, and did it. Just do it. I mean, I mean, if I don't sit there and make a plan or do it, I'm gonna sit there and go, well, maybe I can't do it, maybe whatever. No, just go ahead, go out there. I bought the flight tickets, and boom, done.
Yeah.
Now I got to go. Once I purchase them, non-refundable, got to go.
Right. Exactly. I think one of the nicest things I've heard the Viking River cruises down the Rhine River.
Oh, Yeah.
I would love to do that with all the castles and the vineyards.
Those are, I've heard those are really good.
They are absolutely gorgeous. You can
Yeah.
spend hours staring at their videos. I want to go there.
I mean, that I would love to do that. I think I've been on a Caribbean cruise, and it was good. Don't get me wrong. The best one I thought was Alaska. So
I heard that
with the beautiful views and the sunsets. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just out of this world. I mean, like I said, I've been to Caribbean a couple times, but Alaska was the bomb to go on. And like I said, that one of those Viking cruises, I'd like to try that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I was invited on one of the Alaska cruises with my group, the International Brotherhood of Real Bearded Santas. And it's called the Santa Cruise. Good name for it. My wife doesn't want to go because we're in character the whole way. Oh. And she doesn't want to dress up as Mrs. Claus. Okay. Christmas music, the whole 9 yards, all the way there. You get there and you go to Christmas stores, you get baubles for your tree, and well, hey, and you're there with like 150 other people dressed up as Santa.
Oh man.
What can I say? You only live once.
Yeah. Hey, well, you do. I mean, like I said, the clock's ticking down to countdown. I mean, we're not getting any younger. I know that.
Right.
The hard part is I'm still 16 inside, but the body won't cooperate.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you get hurt. And for me, you get hurt, it takes 48 hours or more to recuperate.
Yeah, that's kind of why.
It's not like the next day, It's not like I get up next day and like I'm fine.
True,
I guess there's some miracle drink you can do it.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. We started a YouTube channel called After Service Adventures Canada.
Oh wow!
It's for old veterans who want to relive their glory days. And we've got some really good things planned. I mean, I would like to make arrangements with the military base up here to go on the rifle range. And there we are, 70, 80, 90 years old on the range, using the new weaponry they have, and try to do a rundown using our walkers and stuff. You get down, you can't get back up.
That's like my daughter wanting to race me on the beach. And I said, okay, I can do this. And I'm thinking, no, this is going to hurt. I'm going to feel it next 24 to 48 hours. I got to do this. It's going to hurt. I got to do it. But yeah.
I raced a guy at a campsite. This was about 3 years ago, just before the COVID hit. And we're running down the road, and I could barely move. I wasn't quite as bad as I am now, but run down the road. Then there was a lip where the road dipped down into a grassy area. I couldn't adjust to the height difference. I never fell so fast on my face in my life. It's just, you're just not limber anymore.
No. No, I mean, it's like I fell on my shoulder and I heard it pop, and I'm like, yeah, that's going to hurt. It's going to take a couple of months to fix. Well, it's all good.
Devil Dog said you got a blister from doing manual labor 2 weeks ago, and it still hasn't healed.
Well, there's a way of getting around that. You just tell your wife to do it. Yeah, I got to stay out of my wife's hair because apparently I disrupt her routine. Get away from me. You've been at home too long. Go back to work.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, yeah, my day today is going to be thinking about doing something.
Yeah, what do y'all got planned for the weekend? Any plans? Or I'm just taking it easy kind of, but...
Saturday, my grandchildren are coming over. We're going to play Scrabble, and I'm going to make a feed of I call them button bones or oxtails. I never call them oxtails because they would eat them, but when they've had them and you don't know what they are.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I'm taking my training for the elections returning officer, and nothing else. So just black. I'm even gonna bail on my church, my prayer group.
Oh wow!
You guys do the prayer for me, okay? I'm gone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a little bit weekend of catching up things. Next weekend, I'm going fishing with my son. I'm trying to capture all that moment before he's 16. He's got his friends, and I gotta nail him down. He bailed on me twice this week to teach him how to drive a stick shift. So I'm like, all right, well, you're going to stay next weekend to go fishing, because 3 years ago he'd spend all the time in the world with me. Now he's got his friends, which is understandable.
Yep.
I mean, I was like that,
Yep.
So I'm going to nail him down for next weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of fishing, and like I said, of course, he's got his friends. I know I went through that, so I tell people, hold on to those moments of children before they're gone, because they're going to grow up and move out and
very quickly. Heck,
yeah. Now I know everybody's thinking grandchildren. So I'm like, yeah, grandchildren. I'm going to spoil that kid,
Oh yeah. I had my oldest boy call me last week, and he was crying the blues because he's turning 50.
Oh,
wow.
I
says, really? What do you got to complain about? You should be
I know, really.
Like, good
grief. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to love them. Man, oh man, kids.
Oh, I do. Well, they fly the coop. It's only natural. So it's a fact of life. So, hey,
yeah.
I want them to explore the world. I say, go ahead and do it. Get out there, live life. Don't sit around and worry about me. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, my youngest son just notified me that I'm going to be a new grandfather.
Nice.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
By this stage, I was figuring I would be a great grandfather, but no.
Oh, wow.
Come on, I've got one grandchild that's 33.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
So we're gonna have a newborn in. Oh boy. I'm not changing diapers. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Hey, you know what I want to do? I want to get the grandkids, when I get them, fill them full of Coca-Cola and chocolate, and then hand them back and say, here you go.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought about a good video when I used to do with my kids, and I saw this the other day about a baby having a lemon. I'm going to do that and say, take this lemon, go ahead and try it, and have that facial expression.
So funny.
Yes.
It's not going to hurt them.
Oh, yeah. I used to go, when I used to do cooking, and I used to make gravy, I'd use the cornstarch, and I mix the cornstarch up with water, and I'd say, hey, check out this milk and see if it's okay. And they taste it, they drink the cornstarch, and
yeah, it's priceless.
Oh yeah, you just can't. That's just too awesome.
Yeah.
The joys.
Oh yeah, it's all good fun. I call it price. Yeah, it's priceless, definitely, for sure. And I you want to get that priceless picture that you can snap. So when they get married, you can blow it up and have it at their wedding.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's almost like blackmail, but
Got to be careful, though, especially.
I know.
It can come back at you.
I'm probably sure it'll probably come back twice on me.
There was one time I was working down in the basement, and I of course, because I do a lot of if you can call it acting, character acting. I got a lot of makeup and stuff lying around, and I had some of the fake blood, and I poured it all over my wrist, and I made a blood curdling scream, and my two of my boys come running down the stairs, and my youngest goes, Dad, Mom, Dad's cut himself, and he's really bad too, and you can see he's turning gray, he's so frightened. And my wife comes running down the stairs. She looks at me. She's going, "You a-hole." Well, it wasn't long after. That took a few years. Took a little while. That same boy I scared got me back tenfold.
Oh yeah.
I was working as a night dispatcher, and of course I like the Dad's root. It comes in the dark bottle, the Dad's root beer, and he opened it up and poured the contents out and put dishwater and cigarette butts and all kinds of crap in there, corked it back in and threw it in my lunchbox.
Oh,
So here I am, 3:00 in the morning as a night dispatcher. I opened it up without even thinking, sucked it back. I
oh.
was blowing wads. Oh,
Are
it
you
was
kidding me?
absolutely horrible. Oh, got me back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh.
Yeah, goes around, comes around.
No, I know. Karma, yeah, He'll hit.
What can I say?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that's new on my channel, my
Yeah.
wife has finally decided to, actually, it's not my channel, it's our channel. We started a new one
Yeah.
called
What?
Fun Dining in Alberta. And
Fun dining?
it's Fun Dining in Alberta.
Is that the channel name? Because I'll say, what's your channel name? I'll go ahead
Yeah,
and write
it's
it down.
called Fun, not Fine, Fun Dining in Alberta.
Okay.
And what's nice about it is, of course, when I used to talk coins to my wife, her eyes would gloss over. And she's like, don't talk to me about it. It's boring. Now she's all excited about it because we go to all these different restaurants and we do fast food, we do fine restaurants, we do everything. And it's 10 happy faces out of 10 if it's a really perfect place, which you'll never see. And we have a ball doing it. And she actually wanted to do it with me. So we're actually found some common ground, which was nice.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah, good.
So keep an eye out for that one because I'm hoping to have some really good ones in there. We've got like 4 or 5 up now, but not very much.
I'm already subbed to that one. Yeah, I'm already subbed to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because I even commented on the front porch.
Let me drop my link and I'll...
Yeah. Oh, the front porch is nice.
Yeah.
That was quite a cute little place. I wouldn't even mind moving to that town. It's
it looks like a little quaint little town, huh?
Wainwright, Alberta. You can eat off the street. It's so clean, and it's weird walking down the street and everybody's, "Hi, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Do I know you?" Yeah, they're just really friendly people.
Wow.
And it's a military town too, so you feel pretty safe, even though everywhere you look, you're seeing tanks and all kinds of weird stuff. My son-in-law is a combat engineer, a master warrant officer, so that's why he's there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bugger, 3 tours of Afghanistan. I mean, holy cow.
Yeah.
I thought I was bad. No,
yeah. My son said he wanted to go in the Navy too, so I gotta, I think he wants to do that. He wants to be an auto mechanic or work on airplanes and go in the Navy. So.
That's about as messed up as me being raised on. I was raised on ships and on fishing, and then I joined the infantry.
Yeah. Well, I told him, dude, if you go out in the Navy and explore the world, man, go ahead and do it. I mean, just have fun, go out there and do it. I mean, see the world. I mean,
you will too.
Yeah.
And especially if you're lucky, if you're in the States and you're lucky enough to get on one of those aircraft carriers, they're floating cities.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no doubt. I mean,
yeah. Don't become a submariner. That's awful.
No, I told him no. I hope he gets on a carrier. For sure. I mean, I thought about that. I hope he gets on a carrier. Yeah, because he did mention he wants to work on cars. I think he mentioned airplanes. So
Well, just remind him that airplanes are different than cars. The wheels tend to be a little bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I see some people. Geez, what time is it now? It's
just about 9 o'clock.
9 Eastern. It's 8
9 Eastern. Yeah.
So it's got to be around 7 here. I don't have.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Are you on Eastern time, or are you a couple hours back?
Yeah, it's earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the wife is still out with her girlfriend. I'm gonna be broke. It's a good friend when you check your bank account that she can't get away with anything, because in this day and age, when she takes money out, it pops up on my phone.
Well, yeah, and I see why they want to get rid of cash, because they want you to do everything by credit card, so you get all the alerts like I do on my phone, which is good in some retrospect, which is good. I know if I'm charging or if somebody's charging against me, but yeah, they're gonna try to get rid of cash here. So,
oh, that scares me. Even though most of the kids working cash anymore don't know how to do give you proper change.
No, they don't. And you know what? I used to work retail years ago, and I knew the scams that people would come through and do the change, give me the, do all those tricks. You could do that right now. Kids wouldn't know how to fight,
Not a clue. Not a clue. It's absolutely shocking.
No. Yeah.
Same with I've watched them in the going into a bank and they sign their name. They don't even have signatures anymore because they don't teach cursive writing. It's just a scribble.
Imagine that. Wow.
I'm like,
you're right. And like I said, I told people now, it's like you could probably pull those stunts that pulled on me working in those night shift jobs and stuff like that with money. You can pull them right now. Kids wouldn't know what to do. They'd probably fall for them. So, but
unbelievable how things have changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope they don't get it because I collect the stuff. It'd be lousy if all I did was collect cyber money.
Yeah. or Bitcoin or anything like that. I mean,
crypto. Let's collect some crypto. Yeah, okay, I'll put that on.
Or crypto, either one. Yeah.
Lark says, my question is, if it's all done and tracked, how do I surprise my spouse with gifts? Everything's tracked. Nope. Oh. Well, again, that's what that's the hard part. Is you got to have a secret bank account.
I mean, you got to have some stash of cash somewhere or something. I mean, if they don't take cash, I don't know, unless you set up some credit card that nobody knows about. I don't know. I mean,
and that's been done. Separate accounts.
Or like what they have, those cell phones you could throw away real quick, or you burning or cell phone burns or something like that. So
burners,
or the disposable cash cards you buy.
Or back in the day when they had those long distance calling cards, you had 30 minutes on it, and once that was done, you burned it, and that was it.
People don't realize how big things have changed in the last 30, 40 years.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
yeah.
My dad used to, after he was a construction worker and, when he wasn't fishing, and he would go to the Grand Hotel after work and have himself a few beers with his buddies. And of course, we didn't have cell phones. So my mother would phone the bartender at the hotel. And the answer was always the same. Sorry, Bill's not here. But he was sitting right there, right? You can't do that now. They can track you. There's just
cameras everywhere.
There is so much that's changed. A lot of people don't realize there was a time when you had in a hotel, you had men only and women with escorts. You had two separate doors you had to use.
Yeah.
There's a lot difference. There was a time, this is going to get the ladies. There's called the rule of thumb. There was a time, of course, when men could punish their wives for misbehaving, but they could only spank them with a switch no thicker than your thumb. That's true. I mean, holy cow.
Or like when I was in college, all the ladies got into fraternity parties for free. And then, no cover charge for them.
oh yeah. Or talking about.
Of course, they wanted the girls to come in because the more women they had in there, the better chance of getting a date or something. Of course, so let them in free. No, I had to pay. No. Either that or bring a 6-pack of beer and give it to them. Say, here, here's my contribution to come in.
The other thing I got my kids, I said, when I was in school. It was mandatory in my town. I went to WD Low Technical. You had to join cadets, so it was like military academy. There were 1,700 cadets in this school.
Oh wow!
In the school, we had a rifle range, and the rifle range you fired. They were converted Lee Enfields. They're converted to 22s. And it was nothing to watch the kids walking through the halls with rifles over their shoulders.
Oh yeah, no.
To go into the spare room to clean the weapons.
Yeah, no, they had those in my high school. It was JROTC, and it was Navy, and they had that. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine that now?
I mean, no, it's unheard of. No, because you had shotgun racks on the trucks in the parking lot with kids with shotguns on that rack in the parking lot. Yeah, I grew up with that. Yeah.
The other thing that was shocking was when it came to swimming. We had a swimming pool in our school,
Mhm.
and the classes were always segregated. Boys never went swimming with the girls, and there was a
Mhm.
reason for that. We didn't wear any clothes. It was always skinny dipping. There
Yeah.
was no bathing suits. And when I told my kids and grandkids that, they're like, "What? There's
Yeah.
no way." Yeah, and our biggest thrill was throwing the one nerd into the girls' change room while they're getting ready to go to the pool.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, things were a lot different.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they had drug tests back then when we played sports. They had that. I don't think that's changed, but they would come in and get us all together and say, okay, we're going to take a test right now. And we'd have to march in there and, with a doctor right there and take a test. I don't know if that's changed or maybe it has, but we did have drug testing back in I guess what was the 80s or something. So
Boy, I'm dating. I'm back in the 60s.
yeah. No, I wasn't 60s, but not too far.
We had hippies. Hippies make love my arse. They were the worst ever.
No, man.
If you walked into the school with short hair,
Mm-hmm.
my mother couldn't afford to dress us in the mod freaking bell bottoms with the flared and the paisley and all that. We didn't, and the long hair. No, She dressed me up like I was 90 years old with a white shirt, black pants, and a buzz cut. I used to get beat up so bad by those hippies, it wasn't funny. Like it was torture.
Well, I tell my son, you missed out on the 70s. I mean, the 70s coming into the 80s, that to me, that was a good time. You missed out on that. So
70s, all I can remember is how much I hated disco.
This guy.
Yeah, and the simple reason, it wasn't that there was some good music, but they did away with sets. You couldn't sit and listen to a band or watch, listen to music. Then you had a breather so you could talk.
Yeah.
No, it's music all the way through. You can't hear anybody.
Yep.
I see the 70s. I think of John Travolta.
Yeah, exactly. John Travolta, I call him.
Walking down the street with that paint bucket in his hand.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that
was a Saturday Night Fever, I think. So
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, what else has changed? Oh yeah, I bought my first house in 1973. I paid $200 down. It was 9.25% interest. It was high, but it was a bungalow on a double lot. Cost me $18,000.
Wow!
Right, and you look at what you get for $18,000 now. That's a garbage bag in the back alley.
Yeah.
No. My first apartment I rented was furnished. It was $50 a month.
Well, I mean, that's like my parents. They bought a house down at the beach in, what was it, 1955 or 1962 for $20,000, and that thing's probably worth now $800,000 to $1 million.
Easy.
I mean,
what
easy.
Happened? Our incomes didn't match, though. What's going on here?
Yep.
There's something wrong.
I know.
Like, holy cow! Even if we were making, I was making $200 a month.
Yeah.
And putting out $50 a month for an apartment. Well, that's only a quarter, right?
Well, yeah,
I lived high on the hog with $200 a month.
Yeah. That's what I tell my son. It's like, you're getting ready to go out in the workforce and make $15 to $20 an hour. I made $3 an hour. Even if I saw that, I mean, that's no tips or nothing. That's just working in restaurants and all that for what was minimum wage. I think $3.35 or
$3.35. Yeah.
That. I mean,
$3.35. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, my dog alarm just went off.
I'll probably head on out anyway.
The missus is home from the casino. Yay. I wonder how broke I am now.
Yeah.
She actually has better luck than I do. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. Hey, Mark, good to have. Thanks for having me up here. So,
oh, it's a pleasure. Anytime.
Yeah. I can't hear you, Skipper.
You muted.
Oh, he's going to sign off.
Oh, okay.
There he goes. Yeah, I'll probably head out too. It's good to
All
see
right.
you, Mark. Good to see you,
Always
man.
good to see you. Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, it's good Friday night.
Yeah.
All right, I'll probably head on out now. So,
All righty.
all right, man. Good seeing you.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
Okay. Mhm. Bye, Nicole. Have a good evening. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, you have a good night, Gene. My pleasure, Gene. Anytime, anytime. Welcome anytime. Pete, thank you for that. Yeah, Skipper, he's a character, all right. Hope everybody has enjoyed their Cinco de Mayo. Can't believe it's May 5th already. This year has been flying by. I don't realize the May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I plan to put out a small, very short video on that. Just me talking about it. I haven't set it up yet, but it's just a matter of me just put the final touches on it. People don't realize how people are not really thinking about what others are going through mental health wise. It's mm. So what else has everybody got going on tonight? It's kind of quiet Friday, I think. It's what, 9:15 here. So some reason I thought it'd be a busier Friday. Maybe a lot of people are celebrating the start of the weekend, or they're heading out to different places where they go for the weekends this time of year. For me, it's just a regular weekend, run errands, and that's about it. Nothing really planned for me this weekend anyway. It's supposed to be raining part of the weekend anyway, so can't do too many things outdoors if it's coming down hard. Oh. Nancy, you too. Take care now. Thank you for stopping in. Trying to think when I should do my next trivia night. A couple people asked about it. I'm not sure. It's gonna be on 70s music. What I usually do, it's multiple choice, and usually the first person who gets it right gets a point. And at the end of the trivia, there's one winner. So I have my questions ready for it. It's just a matter of planning it out what night. Did my research on my questions. So people seem to be interested in the 70s music ones. More than likely. We're gonna stretch this out to 9:30-ish. Joyax, what's up? How are you? Thanks for playing my video earlier today. Your last night, my morning. Appreciate that. You're always a friendly host. Hope you're doing well. I know it's morning where you are, so you maybe having coffee. I think he left, Joyak. Probably why he didn't see your message. Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah. Every time I go to her channel, it's usually on our mornings, she has her show. Always good experiences. Been meaning to do this, Choyax. For future. Thanks for the folks who are hanging out in the chat. Thank you very much. Alright, everybody, I'm going to shut down the clubhouse. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Thank you, Skipper and Yellow Shirt Dad Gene, for hanging out on the panel. Everybody, have a good night and good morning wherever you are in the world. Appreciate you stopping by. Till the next time, have a good one.